With the change in seasons, it's not uncommon for people to experience a decline in mood and mental health. Whether it's struggles with seasonal affective disorder, feeling cooped up indoors during cold weather, or holiday stresses, this time of year can be tough. Joining us today to discuss positive coping strategies are Gregg Brewer and Natalie Hartfiel. They are both mental health clinicians with ThedaCare Behavioral Health. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us today.
You're welcome.
Sometimes when we're stressed, we're feeling a little anxious, we might want to comfort ourselves with some habits that aren't necessarily healthy. And sometimes it's okay to do that, right, with the occasional treat or a Netflix binge, but we have to consider our mental health over time. So today we're hoping that you can play this game with us. It's called Do This, Not That, the Mental Health Edition. So we have some topics here, and we're hoping that you can walk us through them and then maybe talk through some coping strategies. How does that sound?
Great.
Sounds good.
All right, Natalie, do you want to pick first?
Yeah, I think I'll go with number 2, please.
All right, number 2. We have stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on the weekends, or sleep in every Saturday and Sunday. Thoughts?
Keeping a regular sleep schedule can help us boost our immune defenses, which is so important in the winter to help us stay healthy and be able to carry about our daily routines. So some things that you can do to kind of help you maintain a regular sleep schedule are, of course, getting up at the same time every day, going to sleep at the same time every day, and varying that only by about an hour actually on the weekends. Some other really great things to develop a wonderful sleep routine is to just think about stopping just about everything about 60 minutes prior to bedtime. So no heavy meals, turning off all of your electronics 60 minutes prior to bedtime, and creating a wind down routine for yourself. So relaxing activities like reading a book or listening to some soft music before you go to bed.
These all sound like really great recommendations, especially as we get in those cold winter months. Gregg, do you want to take our next topic?
Sure, I'll pick number 1.
All right, let's take a look. Number 1 here. Meet up with friends and family or all-day TV binge. Oh boy.
Well, it is generally better to spend time with people. There are those times when we do that half-day, all-day TV binge, but generally hanging around with friends, family, co-workers, if you're involved in civic organizations or spiritual organizations. Another layer of this where you can spend time with people and get an extra bonus is by volunteering and giving. The research is really clear for many years that one of the keys to happiness is actually giving to other people. And so during this time, fall, winter, holidays, a lot of opportunities for all of this. Now, that all being said, I would suggest we all need boundaries. Keep in mind that when we say yes to one thing, we're probably saying no to something else. So it's really important to be intentional about where you want to invest your energy and your time that's both helpful to you and to others.
Those are great tips for us. Like that a lot. All right, next one.
Number 4, please.
All righty, number 4. This one says, strive to eat a balanced, healthy diet or eat a whole bag of chips and consume excess amounts of alcohol.
Strive to eat that healthy, balanced diet. Talk to your primary care provider or get connected with a nutritionist or a dietitian because everybody's needs are different when it comes to nutrition. So the most important thing is making an appointment with those providers. It's okay to have a treat every now and then, but kind of think about your My Plate and just balancing with plenty of fruits and veggies and proteins are really important as well.
Especially as we're going into the holiday season.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I'll pick number 3, Cass.
Number 3. Make time for meditation or other ways to quiet your mind or lose hours of your day social media surfing or doom scrolling.
Well, definitely we got to quiet our mind. It's really important, especially I think in this day and age with so much avenues of information coming into us, whether it's streaming, the news, social media. We need to learn to unplug. Part of the problem with all the information is that much of it we can't do anything about. And when you can't do something about something, you get more frustrated and stressed. So it is important to, as you said, quiet the mind. But the larger concept is mindfulness. And mindfulness is really about staying in the present moment. And that can be a lot of activities, meditation, sports, reading, listening to music, playing music, etc. So it is important just to begin to have more of a mindful focus in life all the time.
Oh, really good tips there. Natalie?
Number 6.
Number 6. We have talk with a trusted friend or loved one, or keep your feelings bottled up.
Definitely talk with a trusted friend or a loved one. So the most important thing is to be very intentional about your contact with others. Make a plan to stay in contact, whether it be by phone, text, email, or in person. And then, if you make that commitment, right, follow through with that. The contact doesn't always have to be complicated. It can just be a simple check-in.
Perfect. All right, Greg, we have 2 more left.
We'll go with 5.
Number 5. Okay, get outdoors for a walk or physical activity, even when it's cold, or take a break from exercise until spring.
Well, it is good to continue any positive patterns we have, whether or not the season has changed. Sometimes you need to adapt that. But nature is particularly important at this time of the year because we get less sunlight in general in our climate, and that affects not getting enough vitamin D, which affects our mood. And also, sunlight helps us increase our serotonin, which is a good feel chemical that we have in our brains. The other thing about nature is it's good for mindfulness because we use our senses more. Because there are things in nature we hear, smell, see that we don't other places. And senses are very present, right? You can't smell in the future. You can't taste in the future. So senses are really important for that. And of course, exercise is important all year long. Generally 75, 150 minutes a week of activity. It doesn't have to be hard activity, just movement they're finding is important, kind of depending on your age. So yeah, good to keep getting out and doing what you can.
Wonderful. All right, Natalie, we have our last one here. This one says, seek the help of your primary care provider or behavioral health specialist, or suffer in silence.
Seek the help of your primary care provider or a specialist at ThedaCare Behavioral Health. Gregg and I happen to work at our behavioral health walk-in clinic in Neenah. Currently, we are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And come on in. Gregg or I would be happy to meet with you. We do an assessment of needs, and then we try to connect you with the appropriate resources to, help you maintain balanced mental health.
How important is it to take that very first step? Because sometimes it might feel overwhelming for people, right?
It can be overwhelming. I always tell people that, because they ask, when should I get help? How do I know if I need help? And what I say is whatever's going on, whether it's anxiety, depression, substance use, interpersonal relationships, is that if it's becoming too much for you, causing you undue distress, it's causing undue distress for others or a conflict in the relationships, or you're not doing all the things we're talking about, which are good, it's probably time to come in. I think it's very easy for people to come into us. They don't need to make an appointment, which a lot of people like. And we tend to get them in within 15 to 30 minutes. And the other benefit that I think our clinic has, because we do have a substance use counselor too, is we have a psychiatric provider on staff. There are some things that are more about a person's genetics than about their life. And those things need to get addressed with some medication sometimes.
And I'd like to think that, Gregg and I are pretty low pressure individuals. I always kind of tell people, they come in and they're like, I don't really know where to start. And I said, you don't have to know where to start. My job is to help you take that tangled ball of emotions and thoughts, and we're going to kind of just pull apart the threads and sort of organize them a little bit and find some direction.
Oh, that's a really great way to look at it. Gregg, Natalie, thank you so much for being with us. These were really great recommendations as we head into some colder winter months. Thank you.
Yeah, again, thank you.
Thank you.